Episode whatever. Martini. I'm going to record one more time. Let's open up with Inforwars. So there's an article here on Inforwars, and this guy basically says what I've been saying. But, it's a script. Here we go. Here we go, guys. We still don't know for sure whether Donald Trump was hit by a bullet, whether he was hit by glass fragments, whether he was hit by shrapnel. We don't have those details. We actually have no details from his physician. Even though this man is still a Secret Service protected, and presidential candidate, we know almost nothing. Why? Why don't we have that much? Why don't we know why, for a full 9 seconds, Donald Trump was allowed to stand back up during an active shooting, an active shooter situation, even though they at the point had said the shooter was down? How would they have known? How would they have known that if there were more shooters or not? Nobody knew that. There could have been 5 shooters for all they know. Yet they allowed him to stand up in the middle of that, crisis and pose for a photo and fist pump the air so he could get the iconic, perfect photo. And then they allowed him to stand up again outside the SUV instead of just shoving him in the SUV. That seems really unusual, and just incompetence or noobs doesn't fly. Sorry. They would have had the training to do it right. What is the actual injury to Donald Trump's ear? What's under that bandage? Yeah. Is there a hole? Is the top missing? Is it just a scratch? What the hell? Why don't we know? Why is there no photo? No talk? For a week? Shouldn't we know that by now? Guy named Joy. A little girl named Joy. Here we go. If it was fake, it was a flawless performance. It was good. Not great. And if it was authentic, then it's God. Hand of God. It was not only sloppy, it was a millimeter away from chaos. It's all chaos. Either way, Trump is now seen by many religious people as being ordained by God, and others as being the antichrist, who believers have been expecting to survive an assassination attempt. I mean, that's basically sums it up, That basically sums it up, guys. Here we go. Revelation 13. So, this is why I say the Bible's half truth. Like, even if it's all true, we don't understand half of it. So, one way or the other, the Bible is half true. If you can half discern it, that's half. So you have to be flexible, go with the flow, check out the world, see what's happening. But I'll start off Revelation 13. What a good number, right? I think there's 66 books in the Bible. Is Revelation the 66th book? Ooh, interesting. I don't know. The dragon. A reptile, a serpent, a beast, a monster. The dragon stood on the shore of the sea. What does that even mean? I mean, see, again, some of this, you're just not going to make sense of it. So what are the things you can make sense of, and what are the things that are happening? And I saw a beast coming out of the sea. It had 10 horns and 7 heads with 10 crowns on its horns. And on each head a blasphemous name, like Cyrus the Great, Hitler, I don't know, Caesar, Trump, I don't know. Blasphemy names. Makes sense. Someone knows. The beast I saw resembled a leopard, but had feet of those like a bear. Could that be Russia? And a mouth like that of a lion. That's definitely Trump. You could say Trump has a lion mouth. A lion mane. Lion color. So let's just say that. Let's go with it. The closest we got. The dragon gave... Maybe the dragon is Lucifer. The devil, I don't know. Probably. The dragon gave the beast his power and his throne and great authority. So imagine Lucifer giving Trump, the beast, his power, his throne, and great authority. So he's going to rule the world. Here, take over, Trump. You're the guy. One of the heads of the beast. Or maybe the beast is a beast system, which I think it is. I think it's a beast system. So this Lucifer, which owns the world, the devil, gives the beast system the power. And then one of the heads, one, makes sense, America, Trump, of the best. Here we go. Listen, please, everybody. One of the heads of the beast seemed. This is the verse right here. I'm reading it right now. And there's many versions, and you can read them, and they all have something kind of similar. So I recommend you do your own homework. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound. Seem. Maybe, like, perhaps, upon, could be, pretend, almost, seemed. I watch these people on the TikToks, the YouTubes. They crash the bicycles. They seem to have been dead. They get up. They jump off the rope breaks and they fall. It seems like he died. He gets up. It seemed. And I'm going to tell you this. When I watched the video of Trump, it seemed to me. Motherfucker got shot in the head. Motherfucker went down. Motherfucker's dead. Is he going to get up? Seemed to me. And if all this is a vision, if all this revelation is a vision given to a guy named John, how does a vision... Is it like a dream? Dreams are, they're fleeting. They're flashy. They're weird. They're not real. You're not experiencing them. So, what is this dream sequence or this vision sequence like to this guy? So again, one of the heads of the beast. Yeah. Let's just go with the fact it's a beast system and Trump is one of the heads. So one of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed. So if I was John and I was teleported into a vision and I'm sitting there in the audience or watching a TV at Starbucks and I see Donald Trump get shot in the head, it's looked that way to me, and he falls down, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's definitely one of the beasts. I know that much because I'm having a vision and someone told me. And that looks like he's dead. And he gets up. Well, clearly he's healed. So, works for me. So, he seemed to have had a fatal wound, but the wound had been healed. The whole world was filled with wonder and followed the beast. Again, is the beast Trump or is the beast the system? Yeah, or is it both somehow? And it looks like the world's with wonder and following the beast. If you guys are paying attention, I've showed you a little bit, but I can't show you everything. I don't have a budget. If I had a budget, I'd make a great documentary for you, but I don't. So you get what you get. You're going to get what I get. Collect your own dots. People worshipped the dragon. This is why the Bible and Revelation is so goofy. They just change phrases and words. It seems schizophrenic, So now we're back to the dragon, because the dragon stood on the shore of the sea. So people worship the dragon because he had given authority to the beast. Now, I don't see people worshiping dragons. But so again, is this metaphorical? It's got to be metaphorical. So is it people worshipped the Luciferian consciousness, which I think might work? Because he had given authority to the beast. They also worshiped the beast. which is the system, which is also Trump, and asked, who is like the beast? Who can wage war against it? Now, if you all watched Tenacious D, which is Jack Black, they said a funny joke, and it wasn't that funny, but it was about, blah, 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 shooting the guy. And now, within immediately canceled. Weird. Libtards have been shitting on the Trumps endlessly for a while and getting away with it. Now, you can't do that now. We're going to make an example of you, Tenacious D. And that's the first example of this last. This is what I'm saying, folks. When you connect the dots and you pay attention, this last line is my compelling, my discernment, and my resonance to what happened in my life. Because I'm not a book, and the book is not just the thing. It's life plus book, plus Bible, Holy Bibli. Who is like the beast? Who is like the Trump? Who can wage war against it? Not Tenacious D. We're going to make an example of anyone who makes war against him. Fuck you. You're dead. You're fired. Who are you? Who are you? Who is like the beast? Who can wage war against it? Here we go. The beast was given a mouth. He's got a mouth to utter proud words. I mean, we don't know many beasts with mouths that utter proud words and blasphemies much more than Trump. I mean, that verse there resonates very loud and clear with me too. The beast was given a mouth to utter proud words and blasphemies and to exercise its authority for 42 months. I think that's like 3.5 years. That's why when he gets elected, does it count for stuff from now? Maybe. Or from his election? Maybe. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and watch, because we don't know the day or the time, and we cannot predict these things. We just have to be flexible. Be flexible, indeed, be flexible. 42 months, and maybe that's wrong. Be flexible. It opened its mouth to blaspheme God and to slander his name and his dwelling place and those who live in heaven. Oh, I'd like to live in heaven. It'd be nice to have an apartment in heaven. Be great. I'm living in heaven. I'm living in heaven. That'd be a good song. Living in heaven. It was given power to wage war against God's. This is where it gets fucked up, y'all. So it's all fun and games that Trump is the antichrist. Actually, I didn't even read no antichrist in here. Interesting. My own bullshit from my own researching and my own hearing is tainting the fucking actual verses, and that's the Mandela effect. Or that's just fucking life. I don't know. But this is where it gets serious. Because, look, Donald Trump, you're fighting Satanists, and they're disgusting. They're despicable. They basically only are excited about having abortions. Every one of them I've met gets so excited or upset about having or not having abortions, and they hate the Lucifer because he doesn't really endorse it. He's loose. Trump's loose on it anyways. But the Satanists, they relish it. They love it. They can't wait to fucking throw a half-baked cake on the floor. The best. This is serious. The best example of abortion being a real problem is this. If I was making a cake, I had the eggs, the flour, the batter, the whatever, the milk, the oil, not seed oil, and I'm making a cake, and mix it all up. Okay? It's there. Is it a cake? It's not a cake yet. It's cake batter. It's not a cake. So, what do you got to do? You got to bake the cake. So, probably not a cake yet. But if I put that cake in the oven, like you put a baby in the oven, they've said that word before. Put a baby in the oven. You got a baby in that oven? You got a baby in that oven? You got a baby in that microwave? Don't put a baby in the You can put a baby in the oven, but don't put the baby in the microwave. It'd be very bad. Very bad. Just put the baby. You can put the baby batter. I've heard that. You ever heard it called baby batter? Yeah, some baby batter. I'm baking a cake. Stir it up. Look at that. That's a good looking baby. Little baby. My batter baby. My baby batter. Anyways, I put that batter in the oven. If my roommate opens the door up and then throws my fucking cake on the ground after it's been in there for 5 minutes, did he ruin my batter? Did he ruin my cake? Is the cake dead? It was going to be a cake. Had it been left in the oven, it would have been a cake. I think that's the abortion argument. The key is don't mix the batter. If you leave the eggs out, ironically, or the milk out, ironically, you're not going to have a cake. You're going to have some weird shit. It's not going to be a cake. It'll be something else, but it won't be a cake. So the key is don't mix the milk and the eggs. And if you do, don't put it in the oven. But if you mix the milk and the eggs and put it in the oven and you pull it out prematurely, you are ruining a cake. And then Michael Badnarik, bless his soul, libertarian presidential candidate, had the best argument ever about abortion is rights are based off of human rights, and the right to life is a right. So the question remains, if we form a government to protect our rights and our human rights, each and every one of us, when does a baby get rights? Is it baby get rights when it's born, or does it get rights when it's in the oven? And that's the debatable thing. So ultimately, you're going to have to talk to God. If you pull your baby out, if you pull the cake out before it's done and you throw it on the ground, I guess that might be a pretty intense conversation about why you didn't let that cake bake. I'm not here to judge, but anyways, that's that side scroll. Back to, when the shit gets real. So yeah, back to, look, DJT, I know you're a Luciferian, and I know you're fighting Satanists, and I can't stand these Satanists. So I am, in theory, on the Donald Trump's team. But I can't be, because I know Donald Trump is the beast, and this is what's about to happen. If the Bible keeps playing out, which it appears to be. So, the beast, it was given power to wage war. War against God's holy people. Is that everybody? Is that people? And to conquer them. And it was given authority. Here we go. Over every tribe, people, language, and nation. That sounds like the world. It even goes better. All inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast. Oh, I'm not worshiping him. That's a problem. All whose names have not been written in the Lamb's book of life. And again, that goes back to right there. You all want to understand where I came up with my idea of fate and script. Well, God clearly, that's a whole other episode how I was shown that I have a scripted life. But the Bible is pure scripture. It's holy scripture, and it's holy script. It's written, let it be done. So here we go. If you believe the Bible, you got to believe God wrote it all down and made it ordained. That means if it's written and it's done, that means it's already preordained. That means it's already been planned. That means it's God's script. So he's saying, if your name is not written in the book of life, who was slain from the creation of the world, which is weird. It means like Jesus was already slain from the creation. It was already planned to kill him. So again, he had fate as well. He knew his fate. So God is a fatalist. God is a scripter. He's a writer of story, and we're experiencing it. So all inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, but only those whose names have not been written in the Lamb's Book of Life. So if your name is not in the Book of Life, you are a non-player character, background person, soulless monster thing that's going to worship the beast. It's what you are. It's like you're scripted, but you're not really in the Book of Life. You're not in the actual player kind of side of the script. The Lamb who was slain. All right, so whoever has ears, let him hear. Oh my God. Y'all getting this? Donald Trump gets shot in the fucking ear, and this fucking book here, this book is making a joke. It's kind of funny. It's kind of a clown. I mean, just a few verses earlier it talks about getting a head wound, but now it's like, if you have an ear, here. I think God has a sense of humor. I think God has a great sense of humor. If we have humor, God has humor. As above, so below, guys. So, God's clowning. God says, whoever has ears, let him hear. If anyone is to go into captivity they will go. There you go. They're like, you're going to go? You're going to go. I already wrote it. If anyone is to be killed with the sword, they will be killed. This calls for patient endurance and faithfulness on the part of God's people. Be patient with the end times. I'll get you through it. You have to watch. You have front row seats. Endure and be patient. Boy, is that hard. The beast out of the earth. And then I saw a second beast coming out of the earth. It had 2 horns like a lamb. Well, I don't know. Was that like, did the lambs have horns? I don't know. But it spoke like a dragon. Is this Elon Musk with a little Elon Musk? But it speaks like a dragon, speaks like the Lucifer. And it exercised all the authority of the first beast, Donald Trump, on its behalf. And it made the earth and the inhabitants worship the first beast, whose fatal wound had been healed. That's where they say fatal wound healed. But earlier it said it appeared to be a fatal wound that appeared to be healed. So, weird retelling in a shorter manner, but it's coming after that first one. So, again, part of the confusion. I wouldn't read too far into that. Let's just keep going with it. And it performed great signs, even causing fire to come down from heaven to the earth in full view of the people. Well, we just had a meteorite blow up over the Statue of Liberty, ironically, and now we have a IT outage. So there you go. There's your Elon Musk techno wizard AI bullshit. Anyways, so he told them, deceive the inhabitants of the earth and ordered them to set up an image in honor of the beast that was wounded by the sword. And a bullet can be a sword. You know, it's our weapon. It's our sword now. We don't have swords now. So here it says wounded, not dead, not head exploded. In honor of the beast who was wounded by the sword and yet lived. The second beast was given power to give the breath to the image of the first beast so that the image could speak and cause all who refused to worship the image of the beast to be killed. So, guys, it's getting worse, man. So if you're a good guy, a believer, a God guy, a Jesus guy, a Krishna guy, Sikhi guy, whatever guy, girl, whatever, if you're one of these good people, you're going to get killed now. So this shit's getting real serious. So Trump looks groovy. Trump sounds groovy. I'm cool with Trump. He's taking out the Satanists, but we still don't know. Look, this is my left arm, this is my right arm, this is my fucking torso. Now these hands, if I have puppets, they look like different things. And I can really abuse one of these puppets. I can just beat the shit out of this puppet. And eventually, if you don't see this body, you just think this guy is beating this guy. But really, I just throw off the gloves later and I go eat a sandwich with both hands. People don't know. It's the world's a stage, and I really, really feel deep down that the Satanists, the Luciferians, ultimately are on the same body, and they're ultimately being controlled by the same entity. It's true, they could be at each other's throats for power and dominance, but they really are taking orders from the Dark One, or the dark side of the yin-yang, or whatever you want to personify, evil, devil, blah, 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 okay? So I'm not so sure. But it could be we had the Luciferian, he got beat down, and the Satanists rise and their debauchery, and now we're like, something's got to be done. And since there is no good guy, no Jesus, we are the good guys. Humanity is the restraining force. If the Luciferian comes back up to smash it down, we're going to applaud it and love it and be so happy. And then he's going to dominate everybody, as according to plan. And I'm not sure if Donald Trump actually knows he's the Antichrist or the beast either. He may be possessed. He may not even know what he's really doing. I feel like he does, but I don't know. I don't want to guess. And if we have some proof or evidence that shows different, then great. There we go. And we're going to wrap it up. I'm done. I'm giving myself a sore throat from talking too much. Anyways, the second beast was given the power over the image to breathe. Okay, so the second beast, to say Elon Musk, gives power to give breath to the image of the first beast, so that the image could speak and cause all who refuse to worship the image of the beast to be killed. This is going to be interesting, fellows, people. This is coming. We're going to witness this. Is it AI? Is it hologram? Is it CGI? Is it a thing? I mean, what's it going to be? We have a lot of possibility. It also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, still to this day, that applies to everybody, basically saying everybody, and it said all, to receive a mark, something, a scar, a thing. Fair enough, so whatever, a mark on their right hand or their forehead. Is this metaphorical? Is this physical? I feel like this one might be literal here. So it's saying we all get a mark so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark. So that stops your life from happening. I mean, it's all about buying and selling. It always has been, unless you're just living off the land, which we might have to do, guys. So that they all could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast, or the number of its name. Now, it doesn't say which beast, second or first. So, let's look. Do your homework, dig down, find some dots, look into Trump, and look into Elon Musk, because those are the best candidates right now. This calls for wisdom. Let the person who hath insight calculate the number of the beast. Calculate. Add up. Compute. Computer. For it is the number of the man. That number is 666. And that's where we'll stop for now, guys. I mean, really, any more is not to be worried about. That's where we are in the movie. If we're not, then we're not. But I think we are. Well, I don't even remember what this episode was really for. I probably said some things that probably mattered. I'm going to go get a juice later. I need to start a juice fast. I feel like I have cancer. I feel like I'm dying for months now. Maybe I'm supposed to be dead before all this happens. Maybe that's the rapture. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to post this. I don't even know how to tag it right, really, or get views on it. But if some miracle happens and you find this video, please leave a comment. I'd like to read it. I do enjoy it. If like and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, come on. Thumbs up, guys. That's going to help me to grow my channel. And get the what I call followers, not followers. I don't want a follower. Okay? I'm not into politics. I'm into survival. You got that right, Arnold. Total Running Man. Great movie. Watch that. That's where we are. Running Man. And you, Laughlin, stay at the national database and stop trying to teach the Constitution to the street punks. See you at the 10-year prison reunion. I always stop at 30. But anyways, yeah. I hope, I hope things stay good and maybe good things happen and I can keep making videos and connecting with people. And it's time for me to talk my talk and say my truth and all that good stuff. I've been building this up for over 30 years of soul-searching research and questing. So I have a different take on it. Most people do not have, including my friends and family. And that's what that is. Dr. Duality here. dancing in the yin-yang and the mystery of the script from the great whoever. Very interesting times. Things are heating up. And maybe I'll read some more news articles in the next episode. Probably everything's shaping to come. Get ready. So, anyways, hasta la vista, baby. Don't get yourself killed.